Hello and welcome to The Print. Today I shall be speaking about the Bengal rape. In recent years, West Bengal has witnessed a series of high profile rape cases that have sparked widespread shock, anger, and calls for immediate action. The increasing frequency of such incidents has exposed significant flaws in the mechanisms designed to protect and deliver justice. High-profile cases such as the Sandeshkhali incident and the recent rape and murder of a young woman doctor at RG Kar Hospital in Kolkata have led to public demonstrations. That a crime as heinous as the RG Kar rape murder case could have occurred in cultured Calcutta has been a blow to the collective psyche of residents. The fierce protests highlight the systemic failures in addressing sexual violence, putting immense pressure on the Mamata Banerjee government to act decisively. Cultural and societal attitudes have contributed to this malaise, which includes the persistence of deeply engraved patriarchal attitudes that encourage sexual violence. In many parts of West Bengal and India, traditional gender norms and misogynistic views perpetuate a culture of silence and victim blaming. Such attitudes undermine efforts to address and prevent sexual violence effectively. In some cases, sexual violence is normalized and victims are often stigmatized. This normalization leads to underreporting of incidents and a lack of comprehensive support for survivors. The effectiveness of law enforcement agencies in addressing sexual violence has been lackadaisical at best. Inadequate training, insufficient resources, and a lack of sensitivity towards victims often hinder investigations and prosecutions. Reports of police apathy or inefficiency in handling and investigating sexual violence incidents fuel the problem. On top of that, evidence tampering or failure to ensure its safe custody often results in such cases being dismissed by the courts at a later stage. Moreover, lengthy trials and a lack of specialized support for survivors can deter victims from pursuing legal recourse and contribute to low conviction rates and the perception of injustice. The judicial system in West Bengal too faces challenges related to delayed justice and procedural inefficiencies. Economic and social factors have their own role to play. Women from vulnerable communities, including those living in poverty or marginalized regions, are often at a higher risk of exploitation and abuse. Lack of education and awareness about sexual violence, consent, and legal rights can also contribute to crimes against women. Educational initiatives aimed at promoting gender equality and respect are essential to prevent violence against women. The West Bengal government's response to the Kolkata rape and murder case has been the focal point of public scrutiny. While the government has taken steps to address the issue of women's safety, including increasing police patrols and issuing public statements condemning sexual violence, the state's handling of public protests and demonstrations has been a point of contention. While protests highlight the urgency of the issue, the response from law enforcement and the government has so far appeared heavy-handed or dismissive. Constructive engagement with the protesters and civil society is essential to address concerns and build confidence. Transparent communication and accountability are vital for maintaining public trust. The West Bengal government must ensure that investigations into sexual violence cases are conducted thoroughly and that perpetrators are held accountable. The Mamata Banerjee government has recently introduced the Aparijita Women and Child West Bengal Criminal Laws Amendment Bill 2024, which is aimed at improving the legal framework for addressing sexual violence. However, the effectiveness of such reforms is often limited by issues related to implementation and enforcement. Efforts to improve support systems for survivors, such as counseling services and helplines, are crucial. The West Bengal government has over the years introduced standard operating procedures to provide medical, legal, and psychological support for victims of sexual violence, but the accessibility and quality of these services and their implementation are suspect. The crisis of sexual violence is not confined to West Bengal, and the impact goes beyond individual cases, affecting social cohesion, public trust, and the overall safety and well being of citizens. The prevalence of sexual violence creates a pervasive sense of fear and insecurity amongst women, especially if it occurs in the workplace. This fear can limit their freedom of movement, access to public spaces, and participation in social and economic activities. Furthermore, when people perceive that the government and law enforcement agencies are not effectively addressing the issue, it can lead to a sense of disillusionment and frustration. Addressing the crisis, therefore, requires a multifaceted approach that includes: number one, improved training. Law enforcement agencies need specialized training to handle sexual violence cases sensitively and effectively. Ensuring that police personnel are equipped to support survivors and conduct thorough investigations is crucial. Second, expediting justice. The judicial system must work to expedite trials and reduce delays in sexual violence cases. This can be achieved through specialized courts and streamlined procedures. Third, educational campaigns. Public awareness campaigns aimed at educating individuals about consent, respect, and legal rights are essential. Schools and community organizations should play a role in promoting gender equality and preventing violence. Fourth, engaging civil society. Collaboration with civil society organizations and advocacy groups can enhance efforts to address sexual violence. These organizations often provide valuable support and resources for survivors and can advocate for policy changes. Fifth, comprehensive support services. Providing comprehensive support services, including medical care, counseling, and legal assistance, is vital for helping survivors recover and seek justice. Ensuring that these services are accessible and effective is crucial. And sixth, building trust. Building trust between survivors, communities, and institutions requires transparency, accountability, and a commitment to addressing grievances. Engaging with survivors and their advocates in a meaningful way can help foster a more supportive environment. The rape crisis in West Bengal is a stark reminder and a wake up call for the urgent need for systemic change and collective action for the entire nation. The path forward involves acknowledging the severity of the issue, implementing meaningful reforms, and fostering a culture of respect and justice for all, irrespective of caste, creed, race, or religion. This is General Naravane for ThePrint.